G'day, Aussie Bonsai Bloke here, here you go. Today, I'm going to be working on this silver birch. This silver birch, being slightly neglected, but not too bad, you know. It's healthy, it's growing, really healthy actually, extremely healthy. You can see the growth on it. Pretty much what happened is, last year I let it grow in the summer. In winter, I didn't get around to it. We've all heard that bloody story before, haven't we? Just didn't get around to it, so I thought, it's already starting to shoot, I'll let it shoot. And then, what happened now is the new shoots have elongated a fair bit, hardened off, and it's, you know, reinvigorated the tree. It'll have a lot of vigour back in the roots now that it's collected through the sunlight, through the leaves, the tree's solar panels. And I think now, if I cut it back now hard, back to some sort of a shape of a tree, natural tree that is, not a bonsai tree. This tree hasn't been in training very long and it's a pretty ugly tree, so please excuse me about the actual quality of the tree, but I'll just show you. When you let it grow too long like this, in some respects it actually helps the tree. It gets a lot of bigger. Right, so I'll probably start by cutting back to 2 shoots per location. And then what shoots from there is what shoots, you know. At the bottom I may leave it a bit longer because the bottom branches do need to generally go out wider than the top ones. Those silver birches naturally do have quite a thin sort of a tree all the way up. Bottom branches aren't much wider than the apex and they're very tall. But anyway, there's all sorts of different ones. You can have a look in the pictures and you'll find some that are wide and not tall, some that are tall, not very wide. Anyway, just trim it back. I'm going to be trimming it back pretty hard, pretty quick. So 2 shoots here. There's a third one I'll chop off. I chopped off the small one because it's at the bottom of the tree. And I don't want the smaller one at the bottom of the tree to be the one that shoots out. I want the bigger one. Now we're getting to the top of the tree, almost at the top. I'll probably start selecting the shoots of some of the smaller ones now. So here's a bigger one with 2 small ones. Okay, well this one's not a good example because if I was to cut off this bigger one here, the 2 small ones are almost 180 degrees to each other, which would look pretty ugly, so I'm going to have to keep the bigger one and one smaller one. Generally though, getting towards the top I would have kept a 2 smaller branches, but I've had to keep one big one and a little bit smaller one. But anyway, that's alright. You know, you just do what you can with what you got. There's no hard and fast rules about bonsai, you just cut and choose the branches you think you need, mainly by eye. I don't go by any rules, by no means. I just cut what I think looks good. If something looks interesting and in proportion, I keep it. If it looks uninteresting, i.e. straight and out of proportion, i.e. a massive fat branch at the top or a thin branch at the bottom, it's got to go. And that's as simple as it is. It's as simple as bonsai is. Just choose the most interesting branches that suit, what can I say, sort of like suit the tree or suit its location. I guess you could say suit its location better. Like the bottom of the tree is going to have fatter, bigger branches. Top of the tree, thinner, smaller branches. So here at the bottom of the tree here, we got this massive one. This actually comes from the bottom of the tree. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep both of these. They're doing a weird cross, but I don't care about that. A weird cross is fine. I don't have any hard and fast rules. I'll just cut them two off and see where they shoot out. So you can see the bigger that this tree has had. And I'll leave an inside shoot there just to see where that one wants to go, you know. Could end up an interesting branch. Okay, so at the top here we got some weird looking branches, but they're sort of cool, they're interesting. If they weren't interesting, I'd get rid of one. Although having said that, we do have three, 1, 2, 3. So if any of them had to go, if this one went, it would make that side of the tree bare. This one went, and make that side of the tree bare. So let's take out this side one because you've got these ones here to replace. It's the bare area. Sorry, I'm doing other chopping in the meantime. I think maybe take out the side one. We'll see. I'm just trying to see where even the front is. I think I had some wire, yeah. Okay, I will do that. I'll take it out, no big deal. Gone. Okay. And all of this, fill in that area. This one down here can fill in the area. Then you don't have that big ugly branch at the top, which was 3 branches in the one location. You know, and even when I say you don't want 3 in one location, it's still not a hard and fast rule. If you had an area where it was really fat, going very thin, and you had 3 branches and you sort of needed them, and if you cut one off and it would leave a massive bare hole, you know, for the short term it might be better off keeping it. And to be honest, some of those Japanese pines and stuff like that, they actually have up to, you know, 5 branches from any location. Some of those pines or junipers that they have, they actually have a really twisted trunk with all their deadwood, live veins, and then everything's at the top, hangs down, and then they just bend it all and fill it in all the areas where they want it to fill in, all the negative areas in between all the deadwood, and it looks really cool. But the actual fact is they've got that whole live vein feeding 5 or 6 shoots at the top that all bend down, and they hide that big fat negative taper at the top. So even if you have a negative taper, it's not the end of the world, you know, you can work around it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry too much. This one has some negative taper up here even. Yeah, if you look at it, it's only 2 shoots. Anyway, we're almost done. Just keep chopping. So this looks aggressive, right? I think you'll agree that it looks pretty aggressive, what I've done to it. Dead branch here. There is a bud at the base, which hopefully will shoot, because it is in a good spot to shoot if it does. So I hope you'll agree that looks pretty aggressive. This is what I've taken off. Look at that. And that's what's left. At least 90%, probably 95% of the foliage gone. Believe it or not, the tree will be much better for it. I've left this one here at the back to maybe fill in the back at the low point. And if you've got negative taper like this, here and here, what you can do is you can put a back branch here, and it helps take your eye away from that negative taper. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to keep that back branch. I'll just cut it back 1 more node. So it's got 2 nodes now. And if you have a nice low branch in here, it can help take your eye away from the negative taper and just hide that flaw. So just one thing to keep in mind. And that's pretty much it, you know, fairly brutal trim, but with the amount of foliage, I'll just show you again, the amount of foliage that that tree had, this thing is going to bounce back at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and before too long, it's going to be a complete bush, completely filling out again, and be all good. No worries. Well, that's pretty much it. I'll give you a spin. I won't give you too much of a close-up because there's nothing to see here. It's a pretty dodgy looking tree for now, but just thought I would show you this one while I was working on it. No worries. Cheers for watching Aussie Bonsai Bloke. Please like, hang on, that's the front of the tree. Please like, share, subscribe. Enjoy this bar branch here, beautiful bar branch, and I'm going to be keeping it too. No worries. I'll give you a spin. Like, share, subscribe, tell your mates, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.